Hello again. This is the second and final part of a training video to demonstrate all the time-saving features when creating and maintaining a bid. Hopefully you just watched the first session, but in this session we'll concentrate mostly on the line entry features. We'll start by looking at differences between phases and groups. Then we'll see how we can move and renumber lines. We'll also check out the copy functions, and we'll finish off with line types and how they interact with the product lookups. So let's get to it. There are two ways to group bid lines so that you get subtotals. You can have a phase type with a phase subtotal, and you can have a group type with a group subtotal. The reason for that is so that you can have two levels of subtotal. So you can subtotal smaller groups within a larger group. In this case right here, in this example, we have a phase header all the way up to here, and inside that larger phase we have a sewer group and a water group. Then we have a second phase, lot 2, with basically the same configuration. Inside that phase, we also have a sewer group and a water group. The grouping and subtotaling of the bid lines becomes really, the functionality becomes really clear when you print the proposal. So if we take a look at a printout right here, you'll see the two levels of subtotal that I was talking about. So here you see the beginning of our phase 1, and inside that phase we have a sewer group with a subtotal, and then you see the water group with its subtotal, and then finally a subtotal for that entire phase. Then here you see the start of the second phase, and it will have its own groups and its own subtotals completely separate from the first one. So let's go back to our example here with a lot 1 phase and a lot 2 phase, and let's check out down here where we actually have a third phase with the storm drain items being quoted here. And let's suppose we need to move this whole group of items back into the phase within lot 1. So the first thing to do is to go ahead and toggle the phase type into a group type by selecting the header and going here, right click and going here to toggle phase group. That changes that entire group from a phase to a group. Now that we have effectively made this whole collection of items here a group, we can go ahead and move that where we want. So initially I said, well, yeah, let's put it back inside our lot 1 phase. So I'll go ahead and put it in right here between line 14 and 15. So just select that entire group, right click and go to move lines and just say yeah, I want this whole group after line 14. Say OK. There's my group here, and whenever you are moving lines like that, groups of lines, it's a good idea to just always go and renumber those lines so they go back to a nice and ordered way, line numbers without any gaps. Another way of quickly adding lines to a bid is by using the copy functions that are available here. Just always remember, whenever you add new lines to a bid, you cannot have a bid total. So let's just delete that temporarily. But let's say now we want to go ahead and add that whole storm drain group to our lot 2 phase here. So we can actually go ahead and right from this bid, go ahead and select the entire group, storm drain group here, and right click and go to copy to bid, and we can actually use the same bid ID here, because we're copying from this bid to the same bid. We could copy to another one too, but we'll just use the same one at this point. I like to just not reset anything here and say OK. We now have the whole storm drain group copied over here. The only problem is that our phase subtotal is not in the right place. Not a problem, we'll move that real quick here after our last line. There it is, and so we can not have any line number gaps. We'll right click again and renumber all the lines. They should be all nice and consecutive after that. Let's finish off by demonstrating the copy from functionality. So just select the line that you want to add, the line that you want to add more lines after, and right click and select copy from. So let's say you remember that you just did another bid with the items that you're looking for, and let's say we want to add that whole domestic water group to our bid here, and you can just select that entire group right here, and I kind of always like to not reset my prices, so select these and say copy selected, and you can see here in the background they got copied. We could go back and copy more if you wanted to, but if you're done, we just hit done, and I will see that the whole group got added to my bid. We're gonna just finish off by putting that bid total line back in there, and finally we're ready to print this to take a look how it looks like. We should get it real quick here. We can see now our lot 1 phase now has a storm drain group inside of it. Our lot 2 phase also has its own storm drain group. Our subtotals, and finally that last domestic water group with its own subtotal, and our last line that's always required, a bid total line. I want to finish off by talking about entering new lines and really how the line type is integrated to the product lookup. The first 3 line types here, product, catalog, and non-stock, they all really represent a product line type, but you can use a catalog line type to give the system a clue as of which kind of product that you're gonna enter here, so that if you gonna use the lookup, it already defaults to the catalog tab. Or if you are entering a non-stock and go to lookup, it already defaults to the non-stock tab. And the same way as if you were going to enter a stock item, then it defaults to the stock product tab. You can always leave in product and enter catalogs or non-stocks just the same, but if you want to use these other line types to further clue in to the system the type of product you're going to use, that should speed up on the lookups for you. And finally, when entering stock items, you have extra functionality here on the lookup that allows you to search items and say you want to pick all these 3 items in one shot, suppose of entering one by one on the lines. You can just highlight all of them like that, hit OK, and all items are loaded with quantity of 1 in one shot. So that's also a quicker way of entering groups of items right from the product lookup. And once again, thanks for watching, and let me know of any questions. I hope you enjoyed this series. This was a long one, so feel free to send me any questions, or if you have any ideas for making it better, just let me know. Thank you.